7 years. 7 years of marriage and 7 years of heartbreak. Emeka and Ibironke had tried everything. Every doctor, every specialist, every prayer. Yet every child they carried, they lost. And after the third loss, a baby boy, something shifted in the house.
Emeka's mother could not find peace. Since her husband died 2 years after the wedding, all she wanted was a grandchild. And with every loss, that hope died a little more.
A few days later, Adeola came to console Ibironke as she promised. They were sitting in the living room when Emeka's mother walked in with Uncle Ibuka. Warm greetings, cold responses. "Where is my son?" she asked. "He's in his study," Ibironke replied. "Call him," her mother-in-law said. Emeka came down, confused. Uncle Ibuka didn't waste time. "My son," he began, "we are concerned. I have consulted. I have asked. And I was told Ibironke is the reason." Tension. A look passed between husband and wife. Puzzled. Hurt. "There is something she did in secret," Uncle Ibuka continued. "Unless she confesses, this will not end. Losing a child is just the beginning. Worse things will come." Emeka stood up. "That is not possible. I do not believe in these things. My wife has nothing to confess." But his mother was already crying. "You are bewitched, my son. A witch has blinded you. Doctors found nothing, yet you refuse to see. Open your eyes." Ibironke's tears fell. "I am not a witch. I have never bewitched anyone." Uncle Ibuka leaned forward. "Then confess. Tell us what you did." Ibironke shook her head. "There is nothing. Except during university, Daniel and I, we were together." Silence. Even Adeola didn't know what to say. Uncle Ibuka sighed. "In our tradition, there are protections. Spiritual water from our village. 7 days. It brings success. It fights evil. But there are rules. Rules we ignored. And now we are paying." He looked straight at Emeka. "If you stay with her, you will have no children. Your father's name will die with you. The only way is to let her go. Divorce her so she can be a mother elsewhere." His mother broke down, wailing. Emeka didn't answer. He walked upstairs, slammed the door, and locked himself away. For days, they barely spoke. Two people in love, trapped by a decision neither wanted to make. Until one morning, while Ibironke was setting the table, Emeka took her hand, led her to the sitting room, sat her down, and her heart skipped because she knew he had made a decision. The sitting room was quiet, too quiet. Emeka held Ibironke's hand. His palm was cold. Hers was shaking. He didn't look at her. Not at first. "Ibironke," his voice broke. "I have thought and prayed and cried, and I don't see another way. my mother, Uncle Ebuka, they believe this marriage is cursed. And whether I believe it or not, the truth is, we are losing everything, including each other. A tear fell from Ibironke's eye. She already knew. If we stay together, Emeka continued, we will keep trying and keep hurting. And one day, there will be nothing left of us.
He finally looked at her, eyes red, voice shaking. I love you. God knows I love you. But I have to let you go so you can have a chance at the life you deserve. At being...
Ibironke couldn't speak. Her chest felt like it was collapsing. Divorce. The word they swore they would never say. Days later, it was done. Rain fell the morning she packed her bag. No fight, no anger, just two people breaking so the other could survive.
1 year later, the pain didn't disappear overnight, but slowly life began again. Ibironke moved to a new city, new job, new apartment, and with time, a new heart. She wasn't looking for love. She was just trying to breathe again. That's when she met Demilade. He didn't ask about her past. He didn't bring up the whispers. He just saw her. And for the first time in years, Ibironke felt safe. They dated. They laughed. They healed. And 6 months into the marriage, Ibironke felt something she hadn't felt in a long time. Hope. When the test came back positive, she didn't cry from fear. She cried from gratitude. 9 months later, God answered in double. Twins! A boy and a girl. The hospital room was filled with joy. No specialists, no fear. Just 2 healthy babies. And a mother who finally got to hold them. Demilade named the boy after his father. Ibironke named the girl after her mother. For the first time, the word Abiku didn't belong to her anymore. She thought that was the end of the story. But God wasn't finished writing. Because 10 years later, fate had one more chapter. 10 years. 10 years since the last goodbye. 10 years of separate lives, separate families, separate healing. Ibironke never thought she'd see him again. But one afternoon, in a crowded mall, their eyes met. Time stopped. Emeka looked older, wiser, and with him, 5 children. Ibironke's heart raced, but this time, it wasn't pain. It was peace. They walked toward each other, and without words, they hugged. Not as husband and wife, but as 2 people who once loved each other deeply and survived. Over coffee, they talked about the years, about the children, about how God had been faithful to both of them. Emeka had 5. Ibironke had twins. No blame, no bitterness, just gratitude.
I'm happy for you, Emeka said. Me too, Ibironke smiled. They didn't get their story back, but they got something better. Closure. Proof that what broke them didn't destroy them. And that sometimes the love that ends is the same love that sets you free. Later that evening, Ibironke picked up her phone. With joy still shaking in her voice, she called her friend Adeola. I won't believe who I came across today. Amy Lauren, she said. Adeola's voice came through, curious. Who was it? Ibironke smiled on the other end. Indeed, it's a small world we live in. She went on to explain that she had met Emeka at the mall. She was there, shopping for costumes for her twins. Her beautiful boy and girl, preparing for their school play. Adeola gasped. For real? It really is a small world for us to have met each other. They talked for a while, laughing and catching up. But eventually, the call came to an end. And Adeola, she sat there alone, lost in thought. She let out a deep sigh and whispered to herself, eventually, we have reasons to praise God Almighty for His mercy. Just then, her daughters walked in. They noticed their mother, quiet and pensive.
"Mommy, what's wrong?" one of them asked. "It's not good for your health to be thinking too much." Adeola looked up and smiled, a smile mixed with tears. "It's about my friend," she said softly. "The one who kept having babies that wouldn't survive. Hours after birth, they would be gone. But today, I'm happy for her. After all the pain, all the tears, she finally has reasons to smile. She finally has reasons to be happy." Then, Adeola turned to her daughters. Her voice became firm, teaching. "My girls, listen to me. Before you enter any serious relationship with a man, do your research. Understand his family. Understand their traditions. Because tradition is powerful. It can humble even the most prestigious individuals. And it can elevate those who respect it.